Ros here with Andrew Lopez, and let's take a look at some Western Conference teams that right before the All-Star break were on the cusp of playing in the postseason. So, Andrew, I'm going to ask you the question, will they be a playoff team, a play-in team, or are they played out? You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it done.
All right, let's start with the team that made the biggest move in acquiring Kevin Durant, a fifth seed at the All-Star break. Will the Phoenix Suns be in the playoffs, the play-in, or played out?
This one might be the easiest one I think you've asked me, and I'm going to go with playoffs. Okay, I know they're number 5 right now, but any team that adds Kevin Durant at the trade deadline, I think you're going to get a little bit of a jump in what you're doing. You have a healthy Devin Booker now. I know Chris Paul has kind of been up and down this year, but I think when you have those three together, they're going to take a little bit of time to figure out how to play with each other. So maybe they don't make a huge jump in the standings, but I think when it comes time to playoff time, that's when we'll see that group really start to hit their stride.
You know, he's a special talent that I don't think this game has ever seen and will ever see. You know, I'm excited to, see behind the scenes and see it day to day and, get some competition with them.
Yeah, that seems kind of like a no-brainer. As long as everybody stays healthy and it has enough time, to kind of mesh and get it together for playoffs, I'm excited about the Suns.
Yeah,
all right,
I appreciate you starting with the easy one for me. That was, I appreciate that.
I just want to warm you up. Okay, we're going to get progressively more difficult. How about this one? On to the 6th seed at the All-Star break. And they made the second biggest move, acquiring Kyrie Irving, and that would be the Dallas Mavericks. So will the Mavs be in the playoffs, in the play-in, or played out?
I'm going to keep it with playoffs. Okay, obviously Kyrie and Luka have had a little bit of time to start to learn how to play off of each other so far. And it's kind of, okay, who really takes the lead in the fourth quarter? Obviously, Luka is the best first quarter scorer in the NBA this year. Kyrie is at the top as far as the fourth quarter goes. We've seen Kyrie have a big fourth quarter already. As they start to figure each other out, there's just not a lot you can do with that team in trying to defend them. If they just go out there and score 125 every night, it's going to be very difficult to guard them. They're the 6th seed right now. I'm going to keep them in the top 6. They are playoffs for me.
Man, I'm still trying to emotionally recover, man. Goodness, still so raw.
Okay, I love the way you believe in everybody. Let's check.
I do. We'll see. We'll see how we go here. But so far, I'm a believer. I'm a big believer.
You're a believer. We're keeping it positive. All right, the next one. It's the Clippers. They sit just ahead of the previous teams at 4. And now Russell Westbrook joins the squad. And Coach Ty Lue actually said he wants Russ to be Russ. So will it be playoffs, play-in, or played out for the Clippers?
I'm going to stay right on the line. This is the one I'm not sure about. I feel playoffs, but I could see number 7 in the play-in, because what you see with this team right here, as you add Russ being Russ is going to take a little bit, I think, more time than what Kyrie and Luka have to do, than what KD is doing with Phoenix. So when you add Russ to that, how many more games are they going to rest Kawhi and Paul George? Because this is when you want them ready to be ready for the playoffs. So I could see them slipping to 7. Right now, I'm going to go with 6 and say playoffs for the Clippers.
Russ, I think as much as he's been through, it'd be nice to see him get decorated.
It's definitely a sprint to whatever positioning you can get to. All right, let's move on to another team. This team is actually out of the playoffs right now, but it's got LeBron James. So we're paying attention, all eyes on the Lakers. And Darvin Ham said he wants the Lakers to be a 6th seed. Will that happen?
I think this one is play in. I do not think, now I was very close to played out. However, when you look at the standings and you look at the Lakers right now at 13, I trust LeBron at the way they are right now, barring any injuries. Obviously, that's a big key with this team. But I do like the additions they made, and I think the Lakers will get into the play-in at 10. I like what Beasley, I like what Vando can do for them. They've made they've reshifted a lot of guys there, but if they can stay injury-free, I like them jumping to the 10. However, I think that does mean when they get into the play-in, it's a road game in the 9-10 game, and if they win that, it's another road game to try and get into the playoffs. So tough road, but I do think they sneak in just there at number 10.
LeBron, how do you view the 23 games remaining in the Lakers season?
It's 23 of the most important games of my career.
Again, staying with the theme of you're a believer.
I always believe.
I love that about you. You got good spirit, Andrew. All right.
Trying.
Let's finish with the team that you cover. All right. We saw Zion at All-Star Weekend, and I saw him there super excited for Jose Alvarado, who won Rising Stars MVP. He was there very excited. Okay. But we want to see him on the court, obviously. So the Pelicans have fallen since their very fast start. But will the season end with playoffs, play in, or played out for the Pelicans?
I'd like them to stay in that area right now. Obviously, I still think it's going to be a multiple weeks before we see Zion Williamson on the court. That gives him maybe at best, maybe 14 to 15 games to get into it. Maybe shorter than that. Maybe, we really don't know until they do some more imaging coming up very soon. However, it's still, they're in that mix with the Clippers. That's when I was talking about the Clippers. I like the Clippers to be in that 6-7 range. I think the Pels are going to be right there with them. Once they start getting things going and getting healthier, the Pels can make a jump. But for now, I think they might be that team who gets that first home game here in the 7-8 game. So I kind of like where everybody is at. But here's the Western Conference. You go on a 3-game winning streak, you could jump all the way to 3 or 4. You go on a 3-game losing streak, you could be out of the play-in. So it's a tight. It's like I like this. I think it's the same thing in the East right now. I like how close everything is. I think it's going to make for a very, very competitive final quarter of the season.
Absolutely. It's going to be a sprint. It's going to have urgency because a slip up could send you out and a hot streak could take you, all the way up the standings. So it's a very exciting time with a lot at stake. I can't wait to see you out there.
I'll be there.
Thank you.